and welcome to your Monday morning assembly. It's me, Mr. Beaumont again. Hope you guys had a lovely weekend. I definitely enjoyed the little bit of snow we had, but it was quite a nice treat to experience, because obviously me coming from somewhere quite warm, we don't often get to experience snow, so that was something I was quite thankful for. So it was really cool. I hope you've all been well and are enjoying the online lessons. The feedback so far has been really good. You're all trying really hard, and we're very proud of you for taking the initiative and following the good behavior guidelines we've set you on the lessons, and really trying hard and engaging with your teachers, which is really good to hear. Form time is starting this week for most of you, so I hope you embrace that and join as many times as you can for a little catch up with your teachers every morning. I think we're all looking forward to it as well, because we do miss you all. And it's just an added bonus for us to see you once a day extra. So we will be seeing you all, obviously, online every day where you can. And we hope you can do it every day with us, because we can't wait. So last week, we had some pretty amazing assemblies. Miss Pierce, once again, with her inspiring story. Mr. Sturridge with his incredible dance moves was really good. Miss Wade, with her loving notes about happiness. I thought that was a really nice touch as well. So today, instead of doing a story, I want to introduce you to something that a lot of grown-ups will know about, and it's something I think children should also start looking at, and it's called a bucket list. Now, a bucket list is a list, but a bucket list can take many forms. It could be something you want to achieve in your career or in your job. It could be places you want to visit in your lifetime. It could be jobs around the house. It could even be something like your dreams that you want to try and achieve the older you get. A lot of you might know at the beginning of 2020, I moved to my new house. And so I had to create a bucket list of things I needed to do. So I made a little bucket list of all the jobs, and I've kept this on my fridge the whole time, and I've been able to tick things off as the months have gone on. Things like painting the bedroom and the kitchen and the lounge. One of the big things on the list was tidying up the garden, because it needed a lot of work. And then small little jobs like changing the light switches or the plug sockets, painting my kitchen cupboards, which I did. And those were really big jobs, a lot of them, but it was really nice to tick it off as it goes. And this list now can go in the bin, because I've ticked all of these things off my list, and which means I can start a new list of projects to do around the house. A bucket list is also something that we can do to show just how much we dream, and just shows how much we might want to experience new things or try things for the first time. I know a lot of people, when they write their bucket list, it could be things like skydiving or bungee jumping or traveling halfway around the world to a new country. And those are really good ideas. I spoke to my family over the weekend, and I said to them, what would be on your bucket list when life goes back to normal? And my sister jokingly said she can't wait to have a barbecue with more than one household, because South Africans, we really love our barbecues. And she hasn't been able to do that with her friends because of the lockdown. She lives in Germany, and even their lockdown is quite strict. So that got me thinking, what about us? What about the Cook-Spinney family? What would be on our bucket lists? And that's going to be what my assembly is about today. Over the weekend, I got in touch with a lot of the staff, and I asked them, would they possibly like to give me one idea of what would be on their bucket list before, when this lockdown ends and when life goes back to normal. And I gave a few examples of my own. One of my biggest ones at the top of my list would be visiting my family in South Africa, because we can't currently fly. I'd love to go back to the theatre, because I love seeing musicals. I'd love to be able to go to a theme park with my friends, because I love roller coasters. And I'd love to invite my friends around to my new home, because I've not been able to do that. So those are some of the things on my bucket list. And that's going to be my challenge for you at the end of this assembly. I'm going to ask you all to write down that one thing that would be at the top of your bucket list when life gets a bit better and life goes back to normal. What would you put as your number one thing on your bucket list? And a good idea, if you get stuck, if you have too many ideas, that's fine. You can do what I did. You can get a little jar and write down all your ideas on pieces of paper and put them in your bucket list, in your jar. And as you go through the months, you can take them out and you can think, oh, I'm going to try this today, or this is something I want to work on this year, and you can tick them off or throw them away when they're done. So in my jar, I've got all the staff bucket lists, the top #1 thing, and I'd like to share some of them with you if you don't mind. First one comes from our fearless leader, it's Mr. Sturt's one, and he said, I'm looking forward to the library's opening so I can borrow some new books. It's a great one. Another one from Miss Jordan, playing Gaelic football with my teammates. She's missing all the sports. Mr. Cancel, who's now in Spain, says, I look forward to having Sunday dinner at my mum's house and giving my parents a big hug. Miss Cruz has said she just can't wait to hug her family, which is such a lovely idea. Our lovely Miss Whitbread has said to go for a meal with my family. That would be the top of her bucket list. Let's have a look who's next. Mr. Lucas has said meeting friends out and about. Something we're all looking forward to, I'm sure. This one comes from Mr. Carr. Mr. Carr says, I'm looking forward to going on holiday and visiting a new country. Oh, that's a great one, Mr. Carr. I love traveling as well. Our lovely Miss Wade has said, I'm looking forward to traveling to Spain and seeing my family. Oh, there's a pattern coming up here, guys. Can you hear this? Traveling and family. It's a good one. Miss Hooper, oh, this was a good one. Miss Hooper said she can't wait to go dancing and going out. And if you want to know what out means, ask your parents. They'll explain that to you. Miss Trix has said she can't wait to go on holiday with her family. Miss Rump has said, this is a really cool one. Listen to this. Miss Rump said, having a whole weekend dedicated to the birthdays we have not been able to celebrate them. There are 9 in total so far. That's a great one, Miss Rump. This one comes from Miss Googe. She can't wait to go on holiday. Good idea, Miss Googe. I'm sure we're all agreeing with you there. Mr. Wildig says hi, and his #1 thing on his bucket list says coming to visit my Cook Spinney family. What a great one, Mr. Wildig. We can't wait to see you again. Mr. Kirk said, and I wonder what this is going to say. Mr. Kirk said, I can't wait any longer to get out and play football on a cold Sunday morning. I don't know about the cold, Mr. Kirk, but I completely agree. You are a football, guru. Miss Claessens, our art teacher, said she can't wait to go and watch a play at the theatre. Miss Claessens, book a ticket for me, please. Miss Pierce has said she looks forward to traveling again and most of all, and seeing her family in South Africa again. Maybe we'll be on the same flight, Miss Pierce. Mrs. Cannon has said she can't wait to hug her nan and granddad, who she hasn't seen in over a year. Only a few left. Mrs. Dackham says she can't wait to go visit her family in Poland. Mrs. Wilson said she can't wait to hug her grandchildren. What a lovely one, Miss Wilson. Then we've got Miss Taylor. What do you want, Miss Taylor? I'm looking forward to spending time with my mum and dad. Great idea, Miss Taylor. And last but not least, we've got Miss Povey. Miss Povey has said, I look forward to being with all my family and being able to really, really hug them. So those are just a few ideas of things that are on our staff's bucket list, the #1 thing, because as you heard mine at the beginning, I had a long list of mine, visiting family in South Africa, going to the theme park, inviting people to my house, etc. My #1 thing would definitely be going to see my family in South Africa. As you've heard from a lot of teachers and staff who've got family far away. So my challenge to you, boys and girls, is to get some little slips of paper like I've done. These are for all the staff. Get a little jar, a little cup, a container, a bottle, pop them in there, and fingers crossed, very soon you'll be able to start ticking off the things on your bucket list. What's important to you? What is really special to you? What do you what do you really value the most and hold dear to your heart? And I'd like you to please share that with us. This video will obviously go up on our school website and our Facebook page. I would really love for you to share the #1 thing at the top of your bucket list. And you can put a comment under our video on our Facebook page, and I'd really appreciate if as many of you could do that as possible, because I think we'll be surprised at just how similar some of the themes are that come out there. So I hope you enjoy writing your own little bucket list. I'd love to hear your ideas. Have a lovely, lovely week. Stay safe, look after each other, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.